Telltale's Batman is shaping up to be probably their best game, I think, in my opinion. It always happens with Telltale games. I start playing them and I kind of dip off. I almost dipped off with Batman at episode 3 because I felt like the story was sort of starting to wane a little bit. But episode 4 is really, really strong. I mean, we get a really, really good look at the Joker, and obviously any Batman story, whatever, if it's a film, it's a video game, it's a cartoon, is always going to be building up to the point where Batman has a really good sit-down chat with the Joker, and that's exactly what happens in this episode. It's a lot more sort of dialogue based and a lot more detective based, which is when the Telltale Batman series is at its best. So I know a lot of people were sort of a little bit disappointed with episode 3, but if you were, I would really, really suggest going back and having a look at episode 4, because it's shaping up to be one of the best ones since Fables, and Fables just had this incredible storyline running throughout it, and this is one of the best Batman storylines that I've ever seen in anything, I think, because it really gives Batman a chance to be a detective, and, you know, he's the world's greatest detective, so having him sort of, like, pinpoint little bits of things that happen is really, really good.
Now, this is good television!
Hue is a puzzle game that's been out for a while, but generally, ever since I saw it, like, I think I played it on PS4 and a tiny bit on PC, but the only thing I kept saying to people was, this will be a perfect game for the Vita, because it's sort of little bite-sized mini puzzles, all to do with colour. It's beautiful, it looks incredible, and even on, like, the Vita's small screen, it still looks really, really good, and it's really, really striking as well, because, as I said, all the puzzles are based in these weird colours. I'm not very good at it, but it doesn't mean it's not fun at all. But it's perfect for the Vita, because if you're playing it on a commute, or you're playing it just, you know, on your lunch hour or something like that, you can really sort of dive into the world and then, you know, play it for a little bit and come back to it, because it's set up like that in these sort of small little bite-sized puzzles that along the way. For me, it's the best release of it, because it really feels like they've put a lot of effort into the port over from console to the Vita, and you can sort of tell that because they didn't release it straight away. It's been a little bit of a gap, so obviously the developers have been working on making this like the best version that it can possibly be, and I really think they have done that. If you played Super Mario Maker on the Wii U, then you kind of know what you're getting, and it's basically Nintendo giving you, the people, every single Mario making tool that they use to make their own Mario levels. And the best thing about giving these tools to people is that people are awesome, and they've made generally some of the best Mario levels that I've ever played. So having it on a 3DS is a really, really good way of sort of taking these levels with you. And a couple of times when I was playing on the Wii U, I did generally think, I wish this was on 3DS, because you kind of, Mario levels are really, really short, so you kind of want them on the go, and you want them all the time. And also, like, you've got the stylus, you've got the little touchscreen as well, so you can be really, really creative. But some of the levels that people have been making, generally, you can spend hours and hours playing this game and never get bored.